The founder of a Black Lives Matter chapter in St. Paul, Minnesota, revealing why he quit the organization in a newly published video.
Rashad Turner saying he learned the, quote, ugly truth about BLM and that the leadership shows little concern for promoting the welfare of Black lives. And he joins us now. Rashad, thank you so much for being here. Look, I think we can all agree the lives of Black people matter. If you don't agree with that statement, you're a racist. But the organization, BLM, what is the ugly truth that you discovered?
Well, I think you hit it on the head right there, right? When you call for a moratorium on charter schools, that is a direct attack on Black families, on Black children. The question I always ask folks, how can Black lives matter if Black minds don't matter?
So the organization raised $90 million in 2020, and I'm curious where that money is going and if that money is going to help Black families, to help Black children.
Well, I'll tell you this, we here in Minnesota, we've got worst in nation education gaps. And, you know, based on the data where we have tons of schools where 4 out of 5 kids cannot read, I would say that money's not coming to Minnesota, right? If we had 90 million, heck, children would be up here reading, our schools would be better. But let me add something here. When you think about that 90 million, where it comes from, BLM has been co-opted. They've been co-opted by teachers unions, specifically at the national level, the American Federation of Teachers, and here locally in Minnesota, Education Minnesota. These teachers unions own the Democrats, they own BLM, and teachers unions, in my opinion, they kill our children's hopes and dreams. So if we're thinking about Black children doing what's best for Black families, we have to start with education. Yeah. There's not a disparity in this country that doesn't begin with folks not being able to read. So if Black lives really matter, we must start in that classroom.
I mean, that's the crux of this, right? For decades, Blacks have been prevented from getting the same quality education as whites. It's a fact. It's reality. Why does the education system, though, seem to be allowed to suppress Blacks like it does?
Well, it's the teachers unions. I can't say it enough. Here in Minnesota, Education Minnesota is 94% white. Yet they walk around acting like they're so woke that they understand what's best for Black children, right? But they own our education system. They spend about $30 to $50 million a year here in Minnesota to control what our politicians are doing. I don't know if folks have been paying attention to what our, I don't even know what to call him these days, but Governor Tim Walz here in Minnesota hasn't done one thing, and that's because teachers unions control him. We have to start listening to parents. I mean, there's no way on earth after these 2 past school years that folks can think that things like education savings accounts aren't going to be good for families. I'll tell you, there's not one Black family in my neighborhood here in St. Paul that has said, hey, we don't want that money to follow our child. Anyone who's in opposition to school choice, charter schools, you're right. I'd say they're a racist.